months of stimulus checks, $3,000 a month, $3,000 stimulus checks per month, and huge amounts of money. They're for you. And tonight's recording, we're going to go over these incredible stimulus checks, jump in the live chat. And I'm here to answer your questions about these stimulus checks, which became law in the month of March, and to answer your questions about how to get these stimulus checks, where they are, and how they work. These incredible stimulus checks are from the federal government. They are FFC stimulus checks. Federal government, up to $300,000. You qualify. They're from Americans. They're for Americans across the board. And into tonight's recording, hey, Lynn Glenn, we're going to go over those incredible stimulus checks. Lynn Glenn is just joining us in the live chat. She has gotten for herself the rent stimulus checks, and for herself, the utility stimulus checks. Happy holidays to you as well, Lynn Glenn. Also, tonight, we're going to go over what's been going on throughout the night and what's going on tomorrow. So, we have a lot going on across the board. Thank you for joining me. Jump in this live chat tonight. First, the evening's LA show did air, but while it was airing, thank you, DJ Infinite, for joining as a Purple Hawk member just minutes ago. Welcome all the new members who joined in this channel, nearly 100 new members per day or every 2 days. On the evening's LA show, which airs at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I was watching it and it did not start. It did not start at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I went into the direct live chat with YouTube on the back end. I said, "What's going on?" No assistance there. But then I went out to have some food, and I looked at the numbers for how many people watched the next show, which starts at 6 o'clock. 50. Not 50,000, not 550. I thought, what's the problem? And I went in there and realized the second show countdown had not started. So I immediately rushed back into the studio, which is where I'm with you right now. And the Street and Stimulus show also had not started, the 7 o'clock show. For some reason, by the time the 8 o'clock show aired, which is now playing concurrently with this show, everything was back to normal. Whew, thank goodness. So those taped shows that air taped, they're taped shows and air with a live chat in them, are called instant premieres. For some reason, YouTube had some error tonight that caused the instant premieres not to start. They literally were not playing. They were not starting. Happened on the 5 o'clock, the 6 o'clock, and the 7 o'clock show. But by the 8 o'clock show, which started minutes ago, it was back to normal. Thank goodness. Now, let me tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to watch the 9 o'clock show, which I guess is, let me see, that's about 45 minutes from now. And I'll see if the 9 o'clock show starts when it's supposed to start. There's actually two shows, of course. Overnight's LA and Sunset at 9 o'clock tonight, which both start about 45 minutes. If they start as they're supposed to start, play, begin, then we know YouTube has restored this technical fault that was that had started almost 4 hours ago. If they do not start, then I have to switch them to a normal premieres, which would mean there's no live chat. So a normal premiere is not an instant premiere. They just show the show just starts at a particular time. There's no live chat. So you know what I'm about to say. Do not send me a message saying, why was I not allowed in the live chat, LALATE? What'd you do to me? No, 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 it's not you. It's YouTube tonight. YouTube's having some strange hiccups, so I'm making sure that the videos do start. Again, if you're just joining me right now, the 8 o'clock show has started on time. That is the evening's extra show, which I saw the people in the live chat right now. It did start at 8 o'clock. It played. If a show doesn't start and doesn't play, you know the problem is back. But at the moment, it looks like the problem is resolved within the last few minutes. Let's go into those incredible stimulus checks. Tonight, I have a lot to talk to you with you about these incredible stimulus checks. We're going to talk about tomorrow, which is Tuesday. We're going to talk about Wednesday. And then we're going to talk about the rest of this month, and we're talking about January, February. First, tomorrow we learn about the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, which is going to say that inflation went up per the last 30 days per month. And also it's going to say it went up year to date. What is per month? So this is a November inflationary report, and it's going to say for the month of November, inflation was higher than the month of October, meaning the eggs you bought were more expensive in November than they were in October. Pretty simple. Then the year to date, it's going to say inflation went up year to date. What is year to date? Meaning the eggs you bought in November, were more expensive than the eggs you bought in November of 2021, the year before. That's what year to date data means. Now, on Tuesday, we started having the first 2 days. It's 2 days of the Federal Reserve's FOMC meeting for the month of December. And they're likely to say a 50 basis point increase for interest rates starting on Tuesday. And they're likely to give you a little bit of guidance for the next few months across the board. No real surprises in any of the events of Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the reaction to the news that will be the surprise. My prediction: Wall Street will trade up on the news on Tuesday because they're going to be happy the Federal Reserve said 50 basis point, not 75. And then on Wednesday, they're going to trade down on the reaction to the news. They're going to trade down with realizing, wait a second, the Federal Reserve is going to be raising rates all next year, that inflation is not eased, and that we're close to recession. That's really what's at issue. Now, let's go into those incredible stimulus checks. $300,000 of stimulus checks, 300 different checks to get, 18 months of monthly stimulus checks, law, $5,000 of stimulus checks per month, $3,000 of checks per month, and therefore you. Only two qualifiers to get these stimulus checks. First, single individual 75,000 less, you qualify. Married couple 150,000 less, you qualify. Now, you know why this show is a little bit different. This is LA Late Night. You know why this show's a little bit different, because in this show, I go a little bit more off the cuff. I'm a little bit more to the bone. I'm a little bit more blunt. I answer your questions across the board. And I say it how I feel from the heart, a little bit more bluntly, and some people may not like it as bluntly as it comes off in this sort of late night, informal, cell phone recorded LA Late Night show. First up, number one, I believe that there are some people out there that will no longer be with us as viewers in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Who are these people? These are people who just really are drifters. What is a drifter? A drifter is a person who doesn't really patronize anything. They just show up when there's cash. They just show up when there's something free. You know what they are? They equate to someone who goes to Costco and tries the samples. Goes around to all the different aisles and tries the samples. The little pepperoni, the little pigs in a blanket deliciousness. But when they go to buy, oh, no, I'm not buying. I'm just here for the samples. They're showing up in December because they remember there was a measly $600 stimulus check in December last year. They didn't watch any videos this year. They weren't a patron of this family. They weren't a patron of you. They didn't ask you how your Halloween was. They didn't ask you how your Thanksgiving was. They don't know your name. They're just here to show up for some money. It's all very, very even maniacal by them. They just really don't care about you. They don't care about the next view on the channel. They just show up to look for some money. And when they realize there's no money, they're ready to bounce. And I think those people are no longer staying with us. I think those people are starting to filter out. Those are people who were never really the core of this channel. These were people that just sort of, they got excited when they heard massive amounts of money and they thought they were entitled to massive amounts of money. Earlier today, I got some comments from people saying, hey, I deserve $50,000 of stimulus checks just because. Just because. Yeah, just because. Because, I'm a nice person. I deserve $50,000 of stimulus checks. Please keep me in your prayers. I haven't been feeling too good. Oh, I'm so sorry, Glenn. Hope you feel better. Those people are bouncing, and they deserve to bounce because really, those are people that they don't belong here. Those are people who have never listened to any recordings. They just want to see lots of free checks. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to learn anything. They don't want to lift a finger. They want the federal government to give them exactly what you're getting when you do all the work, and they do nothing, and they really just want to be handed a lot of wads of cash. They deserve to leave. They deserve to leave because they're lazy. They're lazy. People who sit around and think the federal government should give them $50,000 of stimulus checks, $50,000 of stimulus checks, as the same person as someone who actually does the work, are lazy. These are people who should not be getting a penny from anyone. First stimulus package required, apply. Second stimulus required, applying. These people got a measly $600 stimulus check, and now when they hear $50,000, they think that $50,000 should be paid like $600. No, no. You got $600 because it was mailed to you as a measly check of $600. These are $50,000 stimulus checks. You ain't going to get $50,000 stimulus checks by doing nothing. That's ridiculous. I got to look at you straight in the face. Anyone that tells me that they think they should be given a wad of $50,000 of stimulus for doing nothing, not even applying for it, is crazy. You're crazy, and you should not be even watching the channel. In fact, you shouldn't be watching any channel. You are crazy to think that anyone is entitled to pay you $50,000 for literally doing nothing. Now, that's not you. That's someone else. That's someone else. And they're leaving. I'm glad they're leaving because they really don't need to be here. They don't need to be here because they're not entitled to $50,000 for doing nothing. So let's go back to you and I. What's going back to you and I is membership of the channel is actually way up. Membership of the channel is way up. Viewership is way up. And what's important to do is know is that you are starting to learn more than you've ever learned before. You're really good because you're asking really tough questions, which I love. I want you to give me as tough as questions you can. Ask me tough questions about your benefits. Ask me tough questions about inflation, tough questions about recession, tough questions about credit card spending, credit card limits, and the housing market and credit. Tough questions because I'm here for that. That is the core. That is what we engage on a regular basis. Tough questions. We're not here for simple little stuff like things that makes no sense. Now, it's important to understand that with doing these tough questions, we need to be part of a community. And as a part of a community, we help each other. We help each other, we have each other's back, and we watch each other. Earlier today, there was a person in the live chat on the LA Late Channel 1 show. That show was airing. And that person has literally reached out to LA in about, I would say, almost 1,000 messages in modes that are not modes of communication that are not allowed. The way you communicate with me, if you have a private message, if you have a question, you send me a private message on Facebook or Instagram. That's the way you send me a private message. I'll answer right away within 2 hours, an hour. This person's reaching out to LA in crazy ways, and what he did was he jumped to the live chat and he wrote something like, "No one's telling me where's the page that I go apply for checks." And then he said the LALATE page. What? Then he went on to say, "No one's telling me where this LALATE page is I go apply for checks." What are you talking about, sir? You apply for the checks in the newsletter. You apply for checks in the newsletter. Now, I don't need to have a newsletter. I don't need to have a newsletter. You can just listen to the video and figure it out, and I can just tell you this is where you go and this is how you do it. And you just figure it out yourself. The fact there's a newsletter is I put the effort in to tell you this is what it is, this is how you open it. But for someone that says something like, let me go to the community page to apply for checks, you don't apply on the community page for checks. What are you saying? It doesn't make any sense. Let's send a message out to people to say, come on in. I am now live. We're having a lot of fun in tonight's show. It's so important that people listen. And listening is really one of the fundamental things of stimulus. If you don't listen, if you literally do not listen, you're going to get zero. Back in the first stimulus package, and I use this example all throughout the day today, there was unemployment, and you had 3 or 4 steps for this unemployment. It was a lot of money. It was $15,000. It was a lot of money. But if you didn't do it the way they wanted you to do it, and required about 2 steps, then what happened? You got nothing. And I think that some people really do think that they could just sort of paraphrase the situation. You got to really listen to how things are done. The way you apply for these incredible stimulus checks in the newsletter. The newsletter. Now, if you're repeating back to me the newsletter, then you're already winning. You're already winning because you already know what this is. You apply in the newsletter. So you've already won. You already understand this is where I apply. Next thing you need to know, your time zone. Where's my time zone? Where are you living? Are you living in the Midwest? Then you may be Central Standard Time. Look it up. Look it up. Ask your phone. Hey phone, what time zone I am? You are in Central Standard Time. Okay, thank you. So Central Standard Time from my time is 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. 7 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Central. East Coast, New York and New Jersey is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that's when the LA newsletter is delivered from me to you. You go right down that newsletter and apply for those incredible checks. At 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, again, know your time zone, you get that alert. And in that alert, you go right and apply for those incredible checks, A, B, and C. Now, as you see what's on this channel is more than just stimulus checks. It's also what's going on with your money, with your economy. It's important to know all this because if you only know when is money landing in my bank account, then you don't know the value of the money. You need to know the entire story. You don't need to know complex things, but you need to know the basics. Has a recession started? When's a recession starting? What is a recession? Is inflation gone away? What is inflation? How is inflation reflected in my supermarket? How about my eggs and my milk? Tonight I bought milk and eggs about I think an hour and a half ago. So I went to Whole Foods, which of course is an more expensive market. Their price point is always higher than everyone else. But I gotta tell you, much cheaper. I looked actually twice at the prices. I thought I was misreading. Let me tell you how different it was. The milk, well, first of all, Whole Foods is always more expensive than anyone else, but the milk had been $5 a gallon. Hey, Crayola, what's going on, my friend, my king? How are you doing tonight? Milk at Whole Foods was always $5 during the last 4 months. Tonight it was 3.20, which is a very, very typical middle of the road LA prices. LA price for Los Angeles price for milk for a gallon, $3. The eggs, the eggs. Now, I looked at the wrong shelf initially. It was organic. I don't buy organic eggs. The eggs all smell the same. They all taste the same. Doesn't matter if that chicken is organic or that chicken is uh, you know, playing Crayola crowns in the corner. The eggs all taste the same. When I realized I needed the normal eggs, and not the organic, I flipped over and realized the other counter. There they were, $2 a dozen. I was shocked. I'm just doing great, relaxing here. Brain freeze from Snickers ice cream. Oh, that sounds really good, Crayola. I like the Kroger has a very good cookies and cream ice cream. Not $12 ice cream like Nancy. It's cookies and cream. It's cookies and cream. DJ, hey DJ, how are you tonight? And I love it. I like it a little bit too much because the whole thing will be gone in 2 days. It's that good. That's good too. Yeah, it's really good. Cookies and cream by Kroger is like 2.30 for the big one. It's like $2.30, and it's just really good. There's Shirley Parker. Hey, Shirley Parker, how are you? And there is Charisse Laws. How are you? Nice to meet you, Charisse. We're having a big fun tonight. Let's recap what we've gone over so far. If you just joined the live chat first, there was a YouTube problem, not my problem, YouTube's problem earlier today that caused shows to not start. When a show has a live chat and a time for it to start, and there's a live chat in the side of the video, that's called an instant premiere. The instant premieres were not starting, they were not playing anything. 5 o'clock evening show would not start. So I pushed it to switch it to a normal just start. I went out to have some onion rings, and that by 6 o'clock, apparently, the countdown show didn't start either. 7 o'clock, the Street and Stimulus show had 40 views. 40, excuse me, the countdown show had 40 views. Street and Stimulus, I just rushed back into the studio. Street and Stimulus had not even started, and that was nearly 7:40. 40 minutes later, it was still not started. By 8 o'clock, the 8 o'clock show had started. So the evening's extra show started normally. So maybe they fixed it. What time is it right now? So it is um, 8:34. So we're about 20 minutes away. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? We're about 20 minutes away from two shows that have instant premieres. They are Sunset and they are uh, yeah, overnight LA. If they start as expected at 9 o'clock, then we're fine. If they do not, then we have big problems. Then I have to switch them to just normal start shows without live chats. So understand, if you're not allowed in the live chat, it's not because of something I did to you. It's that there's a technical problem for YouTube tonight. Hey, Rashawn Riley. Riley, how are you? We love you too as well. Happy holidays to you across the board. Karela Khan and Charisse Laws and Shirley Parker. Hey, Cynthia, how are you doing? So that was the first thing we started tonight was that big technical difficulty. The second thing we went over is those big stimulus checks. We have a big week tomorrow, Tuesday. Two major development details. One, the consumer price index, the CPI for inflation, is released for the month of November, let me ask you some questions right now in the live chat. So let me ask Lynn Glenn, have groceries gone down where you are? What I just went over with you just a second ago is where I was tonight. I was at Whole Foods, which is a very pricey market. I only bought milk and yogurt because their yogurt is incredibly delicious. There's no yogurt more delicious than Whole Foods' yogurt. And then I bought milk. They were back to normal prices, folks. Totally back to normal prices. They dropped enormously from almost $6 or $7 for yogurt back down to 340 in just 2 months. Crayola, let me ask you, has the paint gone back to normal prices? The paint over is still too high. I bought a gallon of black Bear paint, I think last week, no, remember 9 days ago, and it looked like it was a little bit high still. I have a big week for my Christmas album. We wish you a condo, miss. We wish you a condo, miss. I love that, Mr. King. That is hysterical. So is the paint gone? Is his paint gone cheaper where you are, Condo King? And how about Lynn? And how about Shirley Park? And how about everyone else in the live chat? Have your groceries gone down? I'm just shocked the groceries have gone down where I am at least tonight. For milk and yogurt, in-house brands. Now, you see the reports I feature on this channel. The fruits and vegetables, which are not in-house brands, have gone up. Thank you, LA. I got housing assistance thanks to you. Oh, Riley. Riley Rice. So I'm very, very excited for that. So Riley and Riley got housing assistance. How many months of housing assistance did you get, Riley? Riley? Love that across the board. Very, very excited. Veronica Lewis. Welcome to the Purple Hawk family. Thank you for joining as a member tonight, Veronica Lewis. Hope you are having a beautiful night. Um, I know I have been causing a little bit of confusion for viewers. Anne asked me yet this today. She said you weren't on the show yesterday. You weren't on the show the day before. And I know sometimes I'm swapping out the time of the show. It's a little bit hard doing the show at 8 o'clock. Even right now it's 8:30. It's hard doing. I prefer the show at 7:30, not 8:30. But we'll see what we can do. Hey, Shirley Park, and there's Veronica. Veronica. It's just a full room tonight. So, the other thing we were talking about, Crayola will appreciate this, and so will Shirley, is that early in the recording I said, in about 30 days from now, we're going to have less of people here that really don't belong here. Who are these people? These are drifters. These are people who are sending messages that say, I don't do anything. I don't apply for stimulus. But how dare you get $50,000 of stimulus checks? I deserve $50,000 of stimulus checks just because, just because I'm alive. Just send me $50,000 of stimulus checks. And Crayley will appreciate this. Shirley Parker appreciate this. Dragon and I were having a conversation about this earlier today. She was shocked. She said, "How do these people really think they're entitled to $50,000? I drink almond milk and it's 348 here in Michigan, so that's a good price, Lynn Glenn. That's a really, really, really good price." Dragon was just sort of shocked that people think that hey, Dragon, there's Dragon right now. So we were just talking about Dragon, we are just talking about how I believe in the next 30 days we're gonna have less of less people around us that really don't belong here. These are what I call drifters. These are lazy people. They're nothing but lazy people. These are people that just show up. It's December. They remember last December they got a stimulus check of $600. And now they jump into a video. They haven't been part of the community. They haven't asked you how your Halloween was. They haven't asked you how your Thanksgiving was. They don't care about any of you. They just care about their own wallet. LA, some of the stuff in the store went down, but some of the stuff is still high. Yeah, I've seen that too as Lingland. I've seen some stuff has gone down, but some stuff is a little bit overpriced. It's not particularly clear why. I see that with soda still. Soda still high. Um, and there is Anne. We were just talking about Anne. I said to Creole, I said, Anne, I feel sorry for Anne because I'm just swapping out the time when the show starts all throughout the last 3 days. Sometimes there's a show, sometimes there's not a show. They just want the check now and they don't care about anything else. Says Dragon. Yeah, I mean, there are these people. who don't know Ann's name, don't know Crayola's name, don't know Shirley's name, don't know Lynn's name. They don't know anyone's name. They're just here to show up and collect a check. That's what we call drifters. They didn't ask you how your Halloween was. They didn't ask you how Thanksgiving were. They don't care about anyone but themselves. And then they jump into a video and then they hear someone's getting 50,000. And they say, 50,000? I deserve 50,000. Why do you deserve 50,000? Just because. Just because I deserve 50,000. Now, here is a here's a secret. You haven't heard this anywhere else except on this show. So I've actually had comments on the back end that did not post where people actually go after the viewers, and they're in the live chat right now. They actually name you and say, how dare that person, and a lot of you are in the live chat right now, how dare that person get stimulus and I don't? They literally write that. It doesn't get posted. I don't allow it to post. That they literally go after you and say, how dare you, and they name your name, get stimulus and I get nothing. And then they actually take it to another level. They say, you don't deserve it and I do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something. It's actually on the channel. I told you, I think I maybe on two shows 2 nights ago, that if something in a comment is so crazy, I'll respond to it and I'll allow it to post. And I did that earlier today on a comment. Let me read you the comment. Where was it? It's great. It's coming up right now. So the first few comments they're posting are all nice. Yeah, so it's improved. The first comment was, "Thank you for all the beautiful information." So that's beautiful. Thank you, Charlie's Mitchell, for that's a beautiful comment. There's Becky. Have a beautiful Christmas and Happy New Year. So it's a good night so far. Okay, so let me go. Uh, what happened? Oh, maybe. Oh, I remember what happened. I remember what happened. I responded, and then I thought, no, I'm just going to ban this person. So the person wrote, let me see if I remember how I can phrase it. Oh, I know what the person wrote. The person wrote, how dare these people get stimulus? They don't need it. They aren't deserving. They aren't in need of stimulus. I mean, it was shocking. Now, I'm not going to say what group this person associated with herself with, because if I did, I would be saying something negative about the group. This person does not represent the group. But this person basically said, how dare these people get stimulus? It should only come to this group. Awful. I mean, it's awful. So initially I allowed it to post. Initially I allowed it to post. And I said, how dare you say that someone else who got stimulus does not deserve stimulus? How dare you say that other person is in less financial need than you? I mean, it's just crazy. I still like some of the messages that get me, LA, that's like the same person says Crayola. Yeah, I mean, the how dare you? It's just, they will say, you are not in financial need. I'm in financial need. How dare you get the stimulus? How dare I not get the stimulus? So the way I started this video early on is I said, those people are leaving. They're leaving. But the good news is the membership is up. The membership is up. The viewership is still the same. It's just a lot of these people that showed up in December of last year because they heard there was a check, never watched a video all year long, didn't ask Anne how her Thanksgiving was, didn't ask Crayola how his Halloween was, didn't ask Dragon how her Thanksgiving was, doesn't ask anyone. They're just here as a drifter to show up for get some similar stuff. Good God. You have nothing to, you don't add anything to this channel. Um, Surely LA better looking tonight, Dragon. LA phone on the beach. Yeah, they actually asked, one person asked me, can I have that phone on the beach? Now, Dragon will appreciate this one person because she knows who I'm referring to. So there was a person who posted in the live show, and unfortunately, no one caught it. Oh, here's a message for you. You're in the live chat right now. So if you're in the live show, the LLA live show, the one that there's two of them. There's, half a day and the other one airs the other half a day. If you see someone post something crazy, you know what crazy is. There's one thing where, how do I apply for checks? That's normal. But if you see someone write something crazy, like Crayola used to be dot dot dot, something crazy, go after them. I mean, don't allow craziness to stay on the channel. Unfortunately, this person posted a horrific thing about me. And it was there for 5 hours until Dragon caught it. Thank God she did. But I missed it because I'm not always watching live chat. And the numbers on that show were way down because people saw this person say horrible things about me. Why did this person say horrible things about me? This person was not listening and has literally contacted LA with about 500 messages in the last 4 days in modes of communication not allowed, like smoke signals, and said, I can't get to the community page. I can't get to the community page to apply for stimulus checks. Not listening. You don't apply for checks on the community page. That's why you can't get to it because you're just simply not listening. Now, but that's not so much that the person was listening, the person was attacking me. These are the same type of people that are attacking Lynn, attacking Ann. They're just attacking everyone. They just really need to get laws. They really need to get laws. All right, so let's have a little fun. How dare them? I mean, I must be condoing, says Crayola. Yeah, I mean, Crayola, remember you used to sit in the corner and throw the crayons at people? Yeah, I think this is the time. Sit in the corner, Crayola, and just sort of throw some Crayola crowns at them. All right, let's have some fun. Anne says they need to get lost. So on Saturday, no, not this Saturday, last Saturday, not this Saturday, not, well, 2 Saturdays ago, I went to the Boot Bar, which Anne will appreciate that. And if Diane's in the live chat, she'll appreciate that. I went to the Boot Bar. And you know what I did? I wore these cuffs that's supposed to be on one on each wrist, left and right. Now, I'm not going to say what type of cuffs they are, but if you're pretty smart, you'll recognize what type of cuffs they are. No, I do not use them on a regular basis. I bought them for Halloween once, and so I still use them for bracelets. Bracelets like, something to put on your arm when you go out. I had this great idea. Why not put them both on the same arm, on the same wrist? They're supposed to be one on one wrist, one on the other wrist, and then and that's the look. And I thought, why not put them both on the same wrist and then attach them? My goodness, you can't imagine the comments I got. People adored it. They never saw anything like it. And I thought it was pretty brilliant. So let me show you what it is. I'm wearing it right now. So here it is. So you may recognize what type of cuff it is. Yeah. But it's from Halloween. And it's good in the winter because it is cotton fur in the middle, in the inside, and then a faux leather on the outside. So it has a buckle on one side and then a buckle on the other side. So look what I did. I put the left and the right together on this is my right hand. I put them both together on the right hand and then I latched them together. See, normally they would be on the left, one would be on the left and one would be on the right. Brilliant, don't you think? Well, the Boot Bar went crazy for it. Now, here is Crayola likes that. Crayola likes that. Dragon loves it. No one had ever seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like this. Now, I am one to stack cuffs. Cuffs are, bracelets. I'm one to stack cuffs, one, two, three, four, up the arm. It always looks good. And there is a Shark Davis. Hey, Shark Davis, how are you? But what I did was I put two of them together and then I just sort of latched them together. And it's a great look and it's great for the winter because they got that fur on the inside. It keeps you really, really warm, especially if outside. Now, here's a trick. Secret. Another secret. So I went on Amazon and that's not where I originally bought these from. I bought them from yeah, that type of store because it's for Halloween. Uh, I went on Amazon and I looked these up. I didn't know what you would call them. I don't know what you would call these things. I went on Amazon trying to figure out what you would call these things. And needless to say, they're very reasonably priced. There's no inflation when it comes to fun in the bedroom. There's no inflation when it comes to fun in the bedroom. So if you go on Amazon, they actually sell you. Now, hold up, wait till you hear this price. And yeah, I did buy one. I bought red, which I think is hasn't arrived yet, but it's red on the out. It's it's this is red, so this is not a leather. I mean, it's what is this? Vinyl? I don't know what this is. It's faux leather, on the outside, and then faux fur on the inside. So I got it in red, red on the outside, red on the inside. Now, how much are they? One, two, three, four. Four of these, and then all these other gadgets, which I'll probably never use, plus another cuff, plus another gadget, which I'll never use. It was like one, two, three, four, five, six. It was like not 8 pieces for $6. I thought, is this a mistake? I mean, is this a mistake? I mean, Fun in the Bedroom was that cheap? I just didn't know that. And it's people like that, I just ignore them. They're not worth my time. Says Glenn. I agree. Absolutely. And there's Jessica. How are you, Jessica? So if you want bracelets, don't think in the box. Think outside the box. Oh, I think the spikes would look good too. Yeah, they actually had something like that, Crayola. They had spiked bracelets, either in the set or separate. I don't like spikes because I think I'm always gonna hit myself. I think I gotta, yeah, ow, ow. I think I dagger myself to death. Will Sirloin be wearing this new look? Yes, Sirloin will be wearing this new look. There's Diane. A leash too. Yeah, actually, I think it did come with a leash. Yeah, I think it did come with a leash. I think it came something for the neck. But I mean, all this was like for $6. I mean, it's like an 8 piece fun in the bedroom thing. But you wear this out to the a fine dining restaurant. They think you bought it from Gucci, or as Anne called Poochie. you know, you wear this out. People just think, oh, where at Fendi did you get that? I got it at the discount shelf at Fendi for $6. They don't know. They don't know. That's like the sunglasses. They don't. They don't. The most expensive thing I'm wearing is the hat. They just don't know. $500 for it. Bucci. Yes, $500 in Bucci for this thing. The neck collar spikes look great. Um, yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I think that's sometimes more gothic. It just depends on what type of look you're going with. But I've learned with bracelets can be pretty versatile. So you can wear bracelets with a lot of different looks, with a casual, with a fancy. Bracelets, just you pull it off. Bracelets go almost everywhere across the board. Um, and it is cold now in Los Angeles, so the more bracelets you wear, the better you feel because it is just cold. I had a full on jacket tonight. Oh, I hit the camera. I had a full on jacket tonight. So if you're just joining me, let me tell you what happened earlier tonight. There was a problem with YouTube on the back end that was causing shows that are instant premieres to not start. And instant premiere is a show that is timed to start as a tape show that has a live chat. That's an instant premiere. The 5 o'clock show didn't start. I had to force it to go as a normal show, no chat. The 6 o'clock show didn't start. 7 o'clock show, Stream Stimulus didn't start. So it's 3 shows in a row. I rushed back into the studio. I was eating my onion rings. And then I zoomed in and I saw the 8 o'clock show. I saw Ann on the 8 o'clock show. That's the extra show. It had started. So thank goodness. The next show, which is oh, it's in 4 minutes from now. It's in 4 minutes from now. Actually, let's go look ourselves. I'm a little worried to look. The next 2 shows are in 4 minutes from now, which is the the sunset show and the overnight show. They start in about 4 minutes from now. The question is whether they're going to start. Um, what's going on? Just let me see. Content. Hmm. I'm doing this not in the normal. Let me go to the let me go to the post page to see. Let me just see. This is because I'm a little worried because so far we've had one show work, which was the 8 o'clock show. I'm hoping the 9 o'clock show works. Both of the 9 o'clock shows work because if they don't work, then the question is then what? If they don't work, then I'll have to do all the shows as just it starts at 4 minutes. Okay, so Sunset starts at 4 minutes, um, and the next show, which is the overnight show, starts at 4 minutes. If they both don't start as planned, then I'm gonna have to switch them to just scheduled shows with no instant premiere, so that's both in 3 minutes. Um, you know what? I am gonna roll the dice and say that I think they're gonna start. Why? The five and the six and the seven that did not start, they did not have the trailer. The trailer would not appear. The trailer is that Brazil look, with the dancing girls and the beach in Miami. That's the trailer. So the trailer is currently on both of the 9 o'clock shows. So it says, here's the dancing girls, Purple Power, and get ready, and the show is starting in 3 minutes. So that trailer is there. So how far are we away? I think we're about 2 minutes away to seeing whether it works or doesn't work. So I guess we're gonna see we're gonna see this exciting moment together on the channel across the board. Sharing onion rings is caring. Yeah, the onion rings were quite good. They were really quite good. I went out to see Monday Night Football, and do you like ranch sauce if you're onion rings, or do you not? Yeah, I'm neither here nor there with the ranch sauce. I don't know where the ranch sauce started. It's just ranch sauce and onion rings just sort of came out of nowhere, out of somewhere. Not, says Anna. Yeah, I don't get the ranch sauce. I mean, it's fine. I would like a really great barbecue sauce, but they never do that. I mean, it's here's some ranch. I'm like, okay. So overnight starts in 2 minutes. Keep our fingers crossed. Hey, everyone. Stepping in, speaking for a quick moment. Have to be up at 6:30 for my grandkids, ready for homeschool. Chronic back pain. Medication will kick in shortly. Have a great night. Oh, I hope your back feels better. Barbecue sauce with onion rings on a cheeseburger. Oh, that sounds really good. That sounds really, really good. And there is Regina. 60 seconds. So we're gonna see the excitement unfold together. 60 seconds. Carter sauce. You mean charter sauce? Carter sauce? Carter sauce. Carter sauce and rings is tasty. Yeah. I felt like tonight I felt if is Crayola still there? Crayola, you still here? I felt like I had tequila, but I really felt like a Irish coffee tonight. And I thought to myself, tartar sauce, not tartar sauce, tartar sauce. I felt like an Irish coffee tonight, and I thought, do they have whipped cream? Because you really need to have whipped cream on an Irish coffee. I think yes, he is. There's Crayola. I wish you a very, very merry Condomus. Has everyone bought Crayola's new album? It comes with a recipe about how to grow Patron from the ground. It was Carter sauce. Carter sauce. So I had tequila, but I really felt like an Irish coffee. I still feel like an Irish coffee. Bushmills, and I looked at Bushmills yesterday, and I was, God, it's expensive. Maybe it's always been expensive. Bushmills, which I think you really should put in an Irish coffee, but I think you really have to have whipped cream on top of an Irish coffee. And I'm just looking at a bar, I'm thinking to myself, where are they gonna get the whipped cream from? Is it in the bar? Because it's not gonna be refrigerated. It's not gonna be. Yeah, if you bring me the whipped cream from the refrigerator in the kitchen, I'm fine. But I don't know. Onion rings with avocado dressing is good. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Dragon always, Dragon always takes it to another level. That sounds amazing, Miss Dragon. Earlier on this chat, we were talking about people that just, they just, they just show up and ask to be given things. They just don't really want to learn anything, and they're not you. They're not the members. Membership is way up. and viewership is great. But these people that are just sort of popping in and popping out, I love Irish coffee. I do too. It's just it's certainly perfect when it's cool weather, and I think it's starting. I think the video's starting. Oh, it is. Mazel tov. Salute. Bear dance. Let's do a bear dance. Let's do our own late night bear dance again. The videos are starting. Both of them are starting. The instant premiere is ready to go. There it is. It's good to go. And Dragon says it's good. It's starting. And Crayola says I never learn anything. Crayola, you know everything. There's nothing left for you to learn. Crayola is the Dalai Lama of colors. Crayola is the Dalai Lama of the condo. There's nothing left for you to learn. You know everything, condo master. That's why you're the condo king. You know everything. There's nothing left to learn. You know. Tomorrow we can have tomorrow we can have a lot of fun with those crazy people on Wall Street saying those crazy things, and then the 14th. I mean, the market's gonna be up tomorrow, and then the market's gonna be down the 14th. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And what about that crazy guy? Do you see that crazy guy? Yeah, that Sam Bankman Friedman, that crazy crypto guy. He got arrested a few hours ago. Oh my God. Yeah, Sam Bankman Friedman with the triple name finally got arrested. Oh, Lord. Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Yeah, they're gonna arrest you in the Bahamas. You think they can't arrest people in the Bahamas? Yeah, they arrested. Yeah, they arrested them a few hours ago. All my phones were giving me alerts. I had like 20 alerts. I was like, okay, I already heard that. Yeah. Oh no, they went down. They went right down to the Bahamas and arrested him. CPI for number out tomorrow night. No, tomorrow morning. Dragon. So tomorrow morning, probably 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is maybe about 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then JPAL starts the 2 days tomorrow, and then that critical day for to see if we're in a Santa Claus rally is the next day, the 14th. A lot of fun across the board. He's going down in a blaze of sushi glory. I love you all so so much. There's if you're in the live chat, and I told Dragon this, I told Crayola, I told Ann this, and everyone else, if you're in the live chat, someone is trash talking anyone, trash talking me, trash talking someone else, you tell them to stop it. You just tell them to stop it and get out of here. Get gone. This is not a place for people to say negative things about people. And trust me, it's going to get really much worse. Oh, did you see what that Marjorie Taylor Greene said in the last 24 hours? Did you see what that Marjorie Taylor Greene said in the last 24 hours? It was about the January event. I don't think I can say it because it involves things that fire um, it evokes Rambo. It evokes, yeah. I can't say it. Well, let me say what I can. Let me say the part of what she said that I can say. There's certain things that you can't really talk about on YouTube, and one of them is things that come out of like a cannon. Not a cannon, but the thing that goes in your hand, that type of thing. So she said, if not Mark Meadows, the other, Steve Bannon. She says Steve Bannon and I were in control. We would have taken, we would have won on the January riot. We would have won. We would not have lost, and we would have come more prepared. Is not the word she said. She used another word, but I can't say the word. I mean, it is just shocking that she's saying these words. Shocking that she's saying these words. She's basically saying if she was in control, she would have overthrown the government. Yeah, and she, honey, you can't even overthrow an Applebee's. You can't even overthrow a happy hour. I shouldn't have mentioned Applebee's. Yeah, it just she's just crazy. Is you can't even overthrow a bumper car rally. It's just crazy. My apology for Applebee's for using that word there. It's just crazy that she would even mention these words. It's just insane. She's delusional. It's oh my goodness. Uh, that's not Marjorie Taylor Greene's problem. I see that Cynthia. She has another problem, and the problem is there's something, a little bit off. Well, the good news is all the videos are starting as promised. Sorry, the two shows, the five, well, actually three shows, the five, the six, and the seven, did not work. Crayola would appreciate that. I guess the Patriots are still. Oh, I think I left. Did the Patriots win? I think the Patriots won. So the I think I walked out with the onion rings running to the studio. I think the Patriots won tonight's game when I was running out the door. So the Patriots are now in contention for a playoff wild card seat. Um, so are the Chargers. So interesting group. I mean, it's the Chiefs and the Bills and in the wild card seat we have the Chargers. Ugh, it's getting really really quite interesting across the board. And then they said, yeah, I saw that Crayola. Tom really struggled. I think this Saturday we have a full schedule of football games, which is great. I guess there's football this Saturday, in addition to Sunday, which is just I see why, because there's no college football this weekend because we have a week off until we have the bowl games. Wow, I'm so out of this. But there we go. Super Bowl already starting here in Arizona, said one person. So there you go. Thank you for joining me on this extended. Wow, that was 1 hour. 1 hour extended LA late night show, and glad the normal shows are back airing. Have a beautiful evening. Love you to death. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Shirley and Stark and Anne and Dragon and Crayola and Cynthia. And there's Lynn and who am I missing? Diane and there was someone else that came in earlier. Maybe they're no Stark and they're Stark. Shirley. Um, and there we go. Irish coffee and onion rings for everyone. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay LA for more.